Hello, and welcome. This is Julian with the Jewel Design, and it's been over a week. I am so sorry. When life is busy, life is busy. Oh my goodness. And I wish this would be my first priority, or my first thought, but it's not. I'm a mom. And so the kids have been busy, and their schedules are crazy, and then you guys have been awesome. You watched me here. You watched my mother at Lorette Chandler at Vintage Paper Girl. And then everybody out there who, you know, from Gail Gustinelli to Aunt Amy at Crafty Cat to Rhoda and Brenda, and there's so many of you that I know of that are so sweet, and you guys promote the shop. And so, you know, it means we have sales, and we had a wonderful week last week, and into the weekend, and into the week, and oh, I've just been trying to catch up, and, you know, we're coming into the holidays, so it's like, I'm all in. I had to get inventory caught up, and make sure everything was situated so that, you know, we could provide for you guys. What was I supposed to use this on? Oh, I see it out, and I'm like going, please don't tell me that was extra. I did on one of the other ones, right? Yeah. Oh, no, this is supposed to go on the side panel of our altered book. That's right. This is going to go in the frame for the altered book. Okay, sorry. I was, like, looked over because I finally cleaned up some of my mess. Isn't this one cool, too? My daughter gave it to me. She found it in some of her stuff. And I was like, oh, that would be so cool on a kit, right? One of these days. Some kind of steampunk kit, right? Okay. Anyway, totally sidetracking. But it's been really, really busy. And I have just trying to catch my breath. And so I finally finished our Secretarial Folio with our Mushroom Botanical Folio and wanted to show you guys. I kept trying to get on the camera with you guys, but, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then I get sidetracked. I get pulled out. So all day yesterday and the day before, every time I had a moment, I would layer something up and add it in and walk away. Layer something up, you know, lay it out, walk away. Like, I just couldn't sit for any more than, you know, 20 minutes at a time to get anything done. So, oh well, right? So I'm going to show you off today, and then I'll show you what was left over from the kit, and maybe we'll do a quick sort of prep work for my fall December daily. I shouldn't call them December daily. My fall daily. I normally try to put together a fall journal every so often. I had a huge one when I first started 4 years ago, and I think even though it's not full, I don't know if I laid it out and I wrote all through it in such weird clumps that I don't know how to, like, consistently keep going. So I think it's time for a new beginning. So I think I'm going to finish off with our anniversary today and potential of, like, wood and all the things I would normally mark up that we do to commemorate fall. I think I'm going to fill out, and then I'm going to tuck it away. For the past 4 years have definitely been, you know, trying, and that's what journals are for. And from COVIDs and cancers and loss of loved furry babies and so much more, you know, I think it's sort of time to close that book out. And, you know, we're going to start a new mushroom one for next year, and, you know, a little smaller, so it's maybe a little bit more, you know, manageable, because the one I have right now is just, it's huge. It is 3 signatures. It's great, but it's time to move that out. So like I said, it is technically my wedding anniversary today, but he's been gone for 2 years, so it's a heavenly anniversary of 22 years. As far as I'm considered, it's still where I'm at, right? So let's get to this and do maybe a little organization and show you what's left of this kit. This kit was huge. The paper kit has had plenty of pages to do this and leave me 8 more pages to play with. Actually, there was 9 or 10, but I had to use a few. And you added the mushroom extras, the mushroom add-on ephemera kit, and the sky's the limits for this lady. She did a wonderful job blending the two together, and if you really love little pieces and fun things for ephemera, her mushroom add-on kit is absolutely to die for. It's totally worth the money. She wasn't really expensive. I think I caught it on sale, but I would pay full price. There's just so much to choose from, and like I said, there's even a lot of blue pieces that I could do a small little folio something with it, a little ephemera pouch for my daughter, right? She loves blue and she loves mushrooms, so it really had a lot to play with. So I did go along with the green. The vote was pretty much 50-50 for this one or the coral peach colored one, and I think I ended up just grabbing the green because it's a great contrast with the orange that's on here. And it just, you know, looks really good. So we do have a nice thin back. I was able to get all the stuff on the top. I was able to add some, like, organza ribbon here, and I used the shears to sort of make it a softer touch. I found some burlap here. We have our Ecro lace that we have in the shop. right? So I was able to, because there's some edges here that I was like, I wanted to make sure they held up and they had a little bit of reinforcing and maybe not so much wear and tear. A nice flat back, so it makes it real easy just to lay it down and work on it and work with it. So let's unwrap this. Okay, plenty length. I now gave you the grommet here to sort of keep it in place, and then off to the side, but so you sort of knew, okay, well, I need to have so much here. I just wrapped around twice and then did the bow in the middle, so it makes it pretty easy to work with. But so we have a lovely journal card that I went and did some clusters down here. I have some pearls, another circle up here, just layers, right? Use that lovely silvery, which I normally wouldn't have done the silver, but I wanted the green moss. I wanted our mossy web, delicate mesh that we have in our shop. And yeah, it has a silvery tone, but it sort of helped pull from the pearls too. So I'm loving it. It worked. But I'm liking the fact it's okay. I'm okay with the fact that it's off the page. Because anything else would just been too stagnant, too like, oh, one on top of the other. I wanted a little bit of movement, and it gave us some definitely helped reinforce our grommet so that, you know, we had it so we could tie it nice and tight if we wanted to, or you can leave it more open and airy. But when you open it, this is the first layers we have. Our first pocket with some lovely journaling cards and tags. Right, I didn't decorate everything. These are so beautiful on their own. Not everything needed anything. I didn't know what to enhance. I really wanted to keep this pretty flat. And normally I don't do that. I know when someone does their work, I don't want to just give it away. But you're getting a small percentage of the kit itself. But everything's been cut and inked. It's been backed by one of my papers, so it's not, you know, there's no direct copying here. But I decorated things along the way where I felt I saw a fun, you know, element. But I really want this to be a nice, flat, easy memory keeping, you know, journal capability. We have a little beautiful thing right here. It says beautiful down here. When I had to do this paper the way I wanted it to, it presented itself with the possibility of a pocket. So I went ahead and decorated up that, you know, that little journaling card tag. Put some stuff, and I had found some leaves that we had left over from the last thing I did, where I had to cut off some of the leaves off our favorite lace. So the corners would work like they're supposed to. So I love when I find scraps that just happen to pan out. So she gets tucked right back in there. So this sort of finishes off our front cover. And we open up and we start getting just crazy, right? So let's start with the sort of simpler side, actually. Here's your cover, technically, to your Traveler's Notebook Journal. Put a little guy in the corner here. Oops, you can't even see that corner. There we go. See a little flower with one of our mushrooms. Now, I didn't do much to this. I wanted to keep it pretty flat and pretty easy to write on. It is a traveler's notebook, not a skinny notebook, but more of a traveler's notebook. It is 3 3/4, not quite 4 inches, I think, wide. Let's see. Let's do it the right way. Yeah, so it's actually, it's a little, you know, it's 3.5 by 8 1/4. We wanted to use papers as they were, but then I got crafty. We paired them up. And when possible, we got to flip them out, right? So your skinny 3.5 inches now could become, you know, 5.5, all the way up to 7 inches out to write on. There was plenty of room to write on. So where I could, I put in little pockets, little goodies. Isn't that cute? Again, everything has this great cover on the back of it, so it's really easy to write on. So nothing's in the way. You have lots and lots of writing space in here. Though it's only about 24 pages, you have all these panels. You have so many panels to write on. I don't know what it is. I lost track, but you have a lot of opened panel work. So where you have all of this to write on, and I didn't do too much of this because I did not want it to get in the way. But you had to have a few little goodies, right? We had to have a few things that we loved. I did not ink that one. I just realized, oh no, I found one I didn't ink. And I was wondering about that. It was one of the last minute inserts. She had so many cute little things. It was really easy to fill small pockets on this one. So I definitely wanted to use the smaller pockets in this journal where I could. In the journal itself, because they're going to sort of, you know, hide in a larger journal. In another normal 9x7, a 9x6, I don't know if you would see all these cute little pockets unless I purposely layer them or put them in there, you know, in a certain way. But I loved when I could. I'm not used to grommet, so things sticks right. Is it all the way down? Maybe it's just all the way down. All right, so you have your flats. You have a few pockets here and there, but everything has some lovely side. There's still space. Things opened up everywhere I could. There's the middle, which I did want to add in. What did I do with them? Oh, there they are. 2 little charms that I hadn't got to yet. Hopefully you're all doing really, really well. I am sorry that I have not been around more. We have just, like I said, been so busy. And here we are going into Halloween week. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not any better. We have appointments and Halloween and just school-wide events. My youngest just had her Halloween, they call the fall ball. And they just had that dance last night. My oldest had her homecoming the week before, but they wanted to charge an obscene amount for a homecoming. We did it in our Veterans Hall. Sort of a community, it's a hall. It's a big building that we do everything in, from, I don't know, every event, craft show, whatever. But they wanted to charge like $25 a person just so they could use that venue, to dance and announce, the football homecoming royalty. And I was like, really? So her and her boyfriend would have been like $50 to go. They'd be able to be there they'd be there for a little over 2 hours. It just was really too much money. So she's been to I think she's been to every one under the sun. This will be the first year she didn't do the fall one. I think first year she did the fall one. Second year she did the fall and the winter one. And third year, last year she did both. Or last year she did both. And I don't know. She's been to 4 or 5 of them, but. And I'm bummed she's not going this year, but, we're sort of saving up the money for prom at this point. That kind of money you want to put towards prom, so. Anyway, but my youngest did her dance last night, and, I love these. These are super cute. There we go. So I want to do a little butterfly and a little leaf, because we do have all of that in here. So you just keep going, and when I could, little areas, we had fun shapes and sizes and things to tuck into a pocket. So you had little things if you wanted to commemorate. You wanted to commemorate on something. Little notes, little dates. I love using these for dates and welcome to the family, or we did this week, or, see more goodies. I did put, pockets on 2 of our lovely ordeals. And there's your last flip out. And the nice thing is you have this side, and you do have the back here. So you could do an upper tuck if you wanted. I know she had a pocket, maybe the right height length, but it was upside down. So I was like, some things you couldn't really flip around. So I was like, no, can't do that. So anyway, so there you go. So plenty of panels, to write on, full pages to open up, couple pockets to deal with, some, but a nice traveler's notebook to do for the secretarial. Then the fun section. This is what we did a lot of work on and we showed off, was all the flip outs. When you took our full size multi-pocketed file folder, 'cause that's what this was, we went from, let's see, do I have one? Probably not. Oh, yes, I do. Maybe. Yes. So we went from this, okay, multi-pocketed file folder, right, down to this. We did trim it across the top, but we utilized that piece here. And we put pockets and, made it work for the paper. Now, normally you would leave it tall. You would fold it in 4s, just like we did this, and make it a tall, skinny journal with vertical printouts. Vertical papers, vertical digitals. But I didn't have vertical digitals. So we made this fit the papers. And even then I folded the papers to make it fit the panel that we had. And didn't want to cut and waste anything, right? So we folded it in and out and made it work. So to do that, though, it means then we glued in the top section I cut off. One part became the pocket down here, and the rest became this beautiful flip out. So I got to do some of it with you guys on camera, but this is how it turned out when we ended up decorating the front cover. I decided to do a little bit of both this and decor, okay? And then I'm pulling it down. You open it up, and you open it up, and you open it up, right? It just keeps going. I can't even get it in camera. There we go. It's this beautiful 4-panel thing. We decorated the middle pocket, but everything has a journal card or 2 or 3 in it. Ugh. And I love how I pulled the green from that. Didn't even realize, orange and green. So this little guy has a pocket out here for a journal card. Tight fit. Might need to trim that down a little bit. I still think I need to trim it down a little bit. It is a tight fit. Alright, so we have that. And I try to sort of have things match to a point. But each one, the 2 pockets that are on the outside, on this that we used do have cute little things inside them. Again, everything can be written on the back, not a problem. So you've got little goodies there, got a big one there, and then you have, again, even on the bottom here, we have, you know, another journal card, and then some other lovely pieces that she had in the kit in here also. So I love that she made these large tickets. I love the tags. And then these little cards are just, these little squares are so cute. I only had a few of them, and I'm like, oh, I need more of them. We had all these cute little pockets, so I felt like we needed more of those little guys. Okay. But that's the thing. And the nice thing is it just folds down with a nice paper, you know, that represents what's over here on this side, and then a nice gorgeous piece on top. Ta-da! So those are my fun little things and it is glued in and glued down. So it stays put, and it's just part of our top flap. It sort of keeps everything sort of flat and in here. And then, after the oopsie, this actually opens up completely, right? So there's a pocket here with more goodies. I made a cluster pocket here. We made a piece of paper cluster pocket down here for more goodies. Okay, so everything had extra pockets. This was supposed to be glued down, but I think I really wanted this one on top because it was supposed to be. If it had been glued down properly, this would have been what it was. I would have to flap out here, but this would have to be glued down to make it a 2 or 3 pocket ordeal. And I was sort of bummed because I really wanted small, medium, large, upward. And I think my subconscious won. My design won, and I ended up, when I went to come back to work on this one day, I accidentally went and covered this. Now, I did this with you guys, but I wasn't supposed to cover this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to do that. And I came in here, and I did it. And then I realized when I went to start working on this hat that it was supposed to be glued down. So I'm loving it now because then it just sort of makes it for a fun piece. So we have this lovely flip out. Lets you know that you can open it up, you know, tab and all. And you could put any piece of memorabilia, a photo here. You could write on here. You could do any number of things, right, to this part. And then the nice thing is you can just sort of leave it open, and maybe it keeps the folio, it keeps your traveler's notebook in place or whatever. Then this darling tab fold out. Now has a cute little notepad over here. There's a couple pages to write on, and the underside for any hidden pieces, whether it's a hidden message, favorite quote, motivation, photo, whatever you want underneath it. And we ended up adding in this pocket with another large journal card. So a little bit of lace just to decorate it. I think that's the fun part, is just finding some really light, unusual laces to decorate edges and little sections of the journal cards. But her journal cards are so interactive, and it's just, I love all the shapes and the hints to it that I didn't feel the need to want to cover it up. So I don't know. I'm so sorry. I know I should probably decorate it way more, but I also wanted to keep this pretty thin because it was going to get bulky pretty quickly. And then I took a piece of paper I had in my stash, trimmed it down to work, and you have this very writable document page here. It's like a spine based journal pages from my porch prints, and go ahead and, you know, I put it in here as something to write on because this is a very tight pocket in the back. So I was like, nope, we're gonna trim, we're gonna cut, we're gonna round the corners to make it easier. And you have this piece of paper that fits beautifully. So you have some more writing space, to, you know, 4 panels there, some papers here, large journal cards, little embellishments everywhere that you can take and you can glue and tuck and whatever on into your journal if you wanted to, or you can leave it there. And each one of these, you know, pockets could be a day in your life that you're like, oh, we went to the movies at this time at a date, and now here's who I went with, and this is what we sort of did, and there's another journal card to write on, and you can totally make this your creative moments of writing and memorabilia and what you want to do. So the nice thing is it can sit open just like this, and you can look at everything and just open it up and pull what you want out, or you can totally close it up every day. So because it's personal to you, tie it up nice and tight, put a bow on it. Sorry, I get southern when I least expect it. And away you go. And there it is. It sits nice and pretty on your desk, ready to go, ready to be written on, and to keep all your memories of whatever month works for you. It is very orange and green with bits of reds and yellows and little tiny bits of blue or tealy color, more teal than blue. And it's great as a botanical. It's great for spring. It's great for any time of the year. but it still has a little hint of fall right now. If you wanted one more thing for November, I'll get it right out to you. I do not have photos of it yet in Etsy. Like I said, I'm definitely behind schedule. But you are welcome to comment here. You're welcome to comment in Etsy, in my Etsy shop and under messages. If this is something you want, and I can get it out to you, we can get it out to you in a different manner. There's occasionally I just do things through PayPal and go, oh, forget it, So anyway, but you can come over here and message me at designjournalsupply.etsy.com, and but you can message me here, and I can always try to catch you, on Facebook or something else. But hopefully in a day or so, I will get some good pictures, and I will also put it up in Etsy. So either way, let me know. It can be a custom in Etsy, it can be a PayPal, or wait for it to pop up, and it will be hopefully before Halloween in the Etsy shop, because it's just been one of those days and weeks, and you have to take a few moments for yourself too. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we're at. I finished it as good as I can get. I could probably keep going, but then I think it would pull away from its thing. So we have plenty of things coming up. I'm want to do something fun with these. A little quick craft project one day. We have the front cover of my, I don't even know if I've sewn it in, guys. That's how bad it is. We worked on the summer, my lovely Christmas book, and I don't even know if I even sewn it in yet. I don't think I've even sewn it in yet. Nope, I did the promo for it. So here's the December daily, my December daily for this year, and it won't be a day-to-day. It's going to be a as events happen. But we did finish the inside cover. We have the pockets. I have these 3 gorgeous signatures. I mean, I have plenty of writing space. As you can see, I've done all the hole punching, including, but maybe not. Have I not hole punched these guys yet? That's sort of scary to think about. I'm like, I put the holes in the, no, I have not hole punched the actual signatures yet. Okay. So this was something we worked over the summer. Well, actually, I don't know. I worked on it before that. I think I started the end at like last January, and then over the summer for Christmas and July type of stuff, and then I've had to put it aside. So I did the hole, so I know I'm all laid out, but I need to sew it in, and then that way I have my silver things, and I can decide whether it sticks or not. But we have the front cover to do. I have a gorgeous silver freestanding embroidered snowflake and all my fun stuff. So we need to layer that up and get these sewed in. So I can actually use it this year. We have an 18th birthday. We have a big old holiday. We have a little bit of Thanksgiving, hooplas. We have parades and fun things like that. We have my daughter's 18th birthday and holiday event. We have just, I don't know. There's probably way more in here than I have writing for. But we'll make it work. So this is another project, right? So we've got the front cover to do. We have some cute gift ideas on that. And then I have Joey Card Maker. Hold on. I just made a mess out of things. Of course I did. Hold on. I don't want to ruin the product that I have. I got stuff everywhere, guys. Oh my goodness. Joey Card Maker came out with 2 beautiful Christmas kits. He's got a Christmas folk, which is very much a winter and Christmas mix, which I'm in love with, because I'm not in the mood for red and green, but like I had that one for this year, and it's all snowflakes and stuff, which is very fancy for what the year is. And so I'm thinking for next year I need to have something ready to go in case life gets really busy. I would love to just know I can pull it out and have something to write on. So I've got a Christmas winter kit that I will work with Joey. He did come out with the second one. I cannot remember the name of it, and there are some freebies from that I'll use, but when I get to that point, I will let you know about both of them. But I'm still sort of fall. I am really not ready for Christmas yet, so it's going to be hard. So I thought real quick we would work on this. Now I took that same paper I put inside the folio, these type of papers, and backed what was left of my mushroom kit, right? Like I said, she had quite a bit. I want to say there's like 20 pages. I have 8 here. I have, 8 or 9. I had a goofed up one somewhere. Oh, I did one I goofed up. So I put it on the other side. But my printer was acting up, of course. And so I just did different backings that would make it really easy to write on. And I am sort of folding it according to the fronts here. I'm not really folding it according to the inside. It's pretty close. But I had mishaps. So, like, this is too dark, so I'm going to need to put washi over it. Others, I think I have white left over, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Definitely want to add the coffee dyed, and I also have to try to decide how I want to fold this. That is going to make the most sense. Now, like we did with the last journal, you know, I'm letting the folds sort of be uneven. It's okay. I don't need to have this perfect. I'm okay if this is not a perfectly symmetrical journal this time around. It is mine to keep. But we're going to use that nice, bright, orange, fun-looking cover. Which is funny because in the end, I pulled all the colors, all the pages to match this journal cover, right? And put it in the folio and didn't even use the fabric, right? But I love it. It's very folly. It's gonna be perfect for next year, even though the inside's a little softer and a little bit more. I don't know. I love the style of her work. I love the artwork. So very not quite painting, I guess sketchish, color pencil sketch type feel in the drawings, you know, and in the artwork. It's very light and airy and stuff, and I'm loving it. So there are some things that are a little brighter, or a little more than I think I would have started off with for a fall. Because like I said, I sort of changed gears. So the folio, though it took on started off with the colors of fall, it's still very botanical and can be used at any time. Which was nice in the end, because I did add a lot of pretty bluish teal accents. Like, so our pockets got dark and our, you know, folio or pieces got different. So definitely have to ink all these. But so my first thought, of course, in this was to make sure that when we did this, I didn't know if I wanted to have. How do I write? So I don't know if it'd be easier to write on this side or write on this side. But if I do that, then I mean I got to do a weird inside outside thing at first. So one of my first pages needs to be. Okay, I don't even know what I want for my first one. I know what I was trying to decide is that no matter what, you know, you're going to have the every other, right? So that you have, like, do I have two writing pages side by side? And then you have this, and then you would go, the next one would be inside, right? Find ones that look sort of cute together. So we did that kind of deal, but then I still have to add coffee dye papers in here. So then it's like, well, it's going to break it up no matter what I do. So I don't know whether I want to write on this side of the book at all times, which means they will all be inside outside. But it means, yeah, at some point, you know, that one's there. There's going to be one on that side at all times, no matter what I do. There's no getting around it. But it's nice to have it varied a little bit, at least. I'll try to see if I can match any of them up right. And I have some upside down, which is so much fun. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not going to work. Think they're new, people. Come here. I guess just fold them right, left, right, and see what happens first, right? Let's not be too washy about it. Let's see if we can just sort of do it haphazardly and then maybe find some kind of, I don't know what to it. I'm like, I don't know. I am like, we definitely have, no, they're all good. Okay, I have one that's very out there. Why is that? Wow, I have one that's really, well, I have a few that definitely stick out compared to the rest. It just depends how they cut, I guess. Or how they printed, too. Alright, so I wanted to take one of my Porch Prince's pages. It's very butterfly, odd use. I had a bunch of these I just printed and glued them back to back. So that we had some unusual pages. I may corner them. But see, you know, we can get something unusual here. And then this one completely malfunctioned when it printed. And so I figured that I would just make that a tuck. We will glue top and bottom, make it a tuck, have an unusual page. And yeah, that's sort of problem is, how does that go in? Oh, that's the, alright, that needs to go somewhere weird. Well, that needs to go somewhere, and I really feel like I need to do it like this, so that way I think I'm going to have to put a tuck here or something, because that's going to bug me. Totally going to bug me. But I had to decide which way to fold it. I had to fold it according to this, or I had to fold it according to this. And so here I can put a belly band here. I can put a piece of paper and make it a tuck. So I'm not too worried about it. And maybe we'll do these together since they are unusual. Round those corners, make it work. And it's definitely a middle, but not really a middle. That could be a fun middle, though. Tuck on the outside. That's our middle there right now, which is a good middle, too. That's not too bad. I'm trying to see if one of these pages maybe panned itself. Oops, not that one, because that has a definitely an upper border. I'm trying to see if any of these pages happen to have a better... Just a lot of framework on these, some of these. So I was like, oh, not really. That one is not frameable. Or if it was, it got cut off. I'm like, did I cut it off by accident when I... Oh, it's a semi-frame and the corner is not all the way around. Okay. Then that might just work and stay where it is. Okay. Because right now this would be for a very small journal that would... And it might work for the 1 year, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, so that's 36 pages. That's good for the, I mean, for 1 month, it's barely enough. But I think for September, October, November, for a month, to do our birthdays, anniversaries, I mean, we have I sort of commiserate the month we got together, the month we got married, his birthday, the day we moved into the new house, which has now been about to be 12 years, which is just crazy. When was the first rain? When was our first super cold day? When did we get wood? When was the first time we got to, start a fire? Like those things that we just always do, right? And the funny thing is, I do not mark a little bit of Thanksgiving if we do like a Thanksgiving dinner, like who came for dinner, what did we do, did we go to the pumpkin patch, things like that just happen in those 3 months is what I put in a journal. So 36 pages really right now with pockets and journal cards might be enough. I don't know, I mean, she's got way more than I know what to do with. But I think like these are great to like write certain things here. And then I have all of this with a pocket to write on, add in stuff. Definitely, to get going. I could add a few pages of coffee dye just to be on the safe side if I really wanted to decorate something up. But I don't know. I know it's a new year next year. It's going to be very different. So I don't think I need a big thing. I think it's going to be smaller like I do with Christmas where it's just one journal would work. This is going to go wrapped. I'm going to wrap it around. I get to sew it in a way where I can wrap it in Amazon packaging because I got plenty of that. All right. So I love these. These are the perfect size. I'm going to make a slip cover. Fold this around. We're going to sew around two sides because that side's going to already be folded. So I can turn it in, out, right side out, and then here we'll do the shears, and I'll put lace in there, and then we'll sew it up to seal it, and I'll have that little lacy edge, front or back, depending how I want to do it. I just gotta make sure I do it the right way. I think either way because once it's folded. Oh no, that's right. This is directional, so I got to pay attention to that. If I want it upright on both ends, I do have to pay attention that the inside and outside are upright. And that makes it difficult, doesn't it? I can do... But that will be upside down on the inside. Yeah, I just realized that no matter what I do, if I do what I want to do, it's going to have the inside will be upside down. Well, that's why it's mine. I'll make the outside upright, but the inside will definitely be upside down. That's okay. We'll put some lace pockets in it. It's all good. But that is the potential of our cover. And so, what goes to be done? So you just... I could sew it. Oh, it could be cute too. But I have to trim it, huh? I guess, you know what? If I really wanted it proper, I cut this in half. I lay it in here, lay it in properly where on the outside. And I could just sew around the edges to keep this in place. Then do the shears to keep it from fraying too badly. And just leave it. And then that way I have them upright on both sides. I've got it nice and clean all the way around. We won't do any corners because we're going to make this a really nice, soft, easy journal, right? because I'm only doing it for the month. I do not need, and that is more than enough space. Fold that puppy in half, do the outer edges here. If I do it right, I'll try to sew it into the bag so it doesn't move, so that way when I'm done, I have the room to, you know, trim that. But if I sew it in, it will definitely give me some maneuvering room. It's nice and noisy, but soft and fun. And then I have a journal card I want for this, so there's it goes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I think I'm going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it 36, and I'm just going to use the ephemera she has, and we're going to make pockets and cute things, and we're going to washi things so that we can cover up boo-boos, and we need to ink it all. And then I got this fun section in the middle where maybe I'll put some coffee dyed squares in here or something. Or I'm going to leave it blank, and I will decorate that as I see. I may be like, okay, this is what I want to do at the center of my book. And I get to, like, I have that room to decorate it later as we get into that month. So, okay. Well, I think that's what I'm going to do it, guys. You're going to see what I got going. Yeah, there was plenty of leftover. I mean, this thing is full of all the, you know, journal cards and pockets and washies and fun things, which I did figure out how she designed it. And then I still have the actual large journal cards that I haven't even cut down yet, right? So, plenty left over to play with. Like I said, I have a lot of this more bluey things, and I want to do a separate thing for that. But, that'll probably be next year. We'll just play with the journal again and see what comes up. And scraps galore. Oh, my goodness. So, thank you all very much for joining me today. Love it. I'm glad you joined me. I'm so sorry it's been so long. But it took me for so long to get back to you guys. But at least the project is done. And we will move on to the next thing, the next, I don't know, gift ideas and December dailies and Christmas yumminess, and we will go from there. But I promise I'll try to be better and get more videos in, but I do appreciate your patience and jumping in when I do show back up. I really do. See? Oh, my scraps! But we're going to use that in my journal. It's going to help us with our areas of expertise and whatnot. So, love you all very much. Like I said, I really appreciate you joining me and looking at all of this and seeing how it turned out and what I'm doing with it. The time flies by and it's really hard to get it all done, but what can you do, right? But tag along and make the most of it. So, love you all very much. Like I said, keep your eyes out for the folio. It's a Secretarial Mushroom Botanical Folio. And, you know, it has a traveler's notebook in it and all the little goodies. Great to sit as is or sit on your desk as you go along. And I hope that you will message me if you're in the mood for it, if you want to put dibs on it. Otherwise, it'll be up in the shop hopefully in a few days. I really appreciate your patience. So, love you all very much, and we'll hopefully talk real soon. If not, happy Halloween if you celebrate it. Happy end of October. Happy beginning of November. Cross our fingers. It won't be next weekend before you see me again. But I will get something prepped, ready to go, and another video out to you guys for sure. So, love you all very much. Please like, love, comment, subscribe, so I can keep the numbers up. We're doing really well, and we can keep growing. So, love you all very much. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.